Let me do that. All right. All right. I think we're live everywhere. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good evening and had a good day. I'm Carol Williams with Williams Immigration. I am an immigration lawyer here in the United States, and I work with people in all 50 states and internationally. And I wanted to come on tonight and give you some super quick updates. Last couple nights I've been on for a while, but tonight is going to be fairly short in terms of time. But I did want to come on and give y'all some updates. The first thing I want to let y'all know about is the executive order that was issued surrounding birthright citizenship was challenged in several federal courts. There were several lawsuits that were filed. Today, a federal judge issued a temporary injunction, which will pause the effective date of that federal order. And the judge, I believe, I wrote down the words. The judge called the executive order blatantly unconstitutional. So we will see what happens. The White House has indicated that they will appeal that decision, that they will keep moving forward and keep fighting for this executive order. So as of right now, a temporary injunction has been issued by a federal judge. I'm sorry, not a temporary injunction, a temporary restraining order. My apologies. It's a temporary restraining order that was issued with respect to the birthright citizenship. So temporary restraining order. So we'll see what happens. Again, we'll see what happens. We don't know, but I will do my best to keep y'all updated. And the second thing that I wanted to tell you about is the White House has instructed USCIS that the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer a requirement for individuals that are applying for green card. So it doesn't matter if you're applying for your green card in the US or you are outside and applying through one of the US consulates. The COVID-19 vaccination is no longer a requirement. So you will not receive a request for further evidence. Your application will not be denied solely because you don't have the vaccination. So if your green card gets denied for some other reason, that is okay, but they will not deny it simply because you did not get the vaccination. So if you are in the process of gathering all your documentation and whatnot to apply for your green card, just know that the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer required. The current form that is available still has the COVID-19 box on it, but it is no longer required. So those are really the two things that I wanted y'all to know about immigration today, and that happened today. And I will stick around for a little bit and answer any questions that you might have. And again, I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration. I work with companies and businesses and founders and families that are looking to navigate our U.S. immigration system. So I am happy to answer a few questions. While I am an immigration lawyer, I'm not your immigration lawyer. If you want to have an attorney-client relationship with me and have my firm work with you, you can always schedule a consultation with us. And that is how all of my clients start with us. A couple questions are rolling in, guys. Let me see what we got here. And we are live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. In case y'all are wondering, if you want to follow me on more than one channel. All right, let's see here. What do we have? You'll know I'm a slow scroller. I don't actually know what that question is asking. I think the question is, can the Immigration Service deport you if you have a green card? The answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. Having a green card does not shield you from being placed into deportation proceedings. If you are a U.S. citizen, that shields you from being placed into deportation proceedings. But if you are a green card holder or a lawful permanent resident, we use those phrases interchangeably, that does not shield you from being placed into deportation proceedings. Thanks for the glitter badges, y'all. I appreciate it. Okay. Rye is asking, how hard is it to get a marriage-based green card if there is an age gap? So an age gap can be a trigger for the Immigration Service. But here's the thing. Your age gap is just one thing that the Immigration Service looks at. They want to see that you have a genuine relationship. So if you're in the US, there will be an interview with the two of you, right? But I have certainly represented clients and worked with couples that had an age gap. I'm not going to say it was a significant age gap because significant is really kind of relative. They were not the same age. There was more than a 5-year age gap. And that happens often. I think in real life, I think that's becoming less and less and less of an issue, right? But in immigration, it can be an issue. But an age gap is not, it is not something that should automatically get your application denied. Good applications with good documentation get approved. So an age gap is but one thing that the Immigration Service may look at. So hopefully that answers your question and is helpful. What would get you deported as a lawful permanent resident? So deportation is not a part of my practice, right? So I have friends that do deportation, help folks with deportation defense all day, every day. So in speaking with them, if you're committing crimes, if you are committing crimes, certain crimes will in fact put you on the radar screen of immigration, and they will place you into they can place you into deportation proceedings. But if that is something that you are concerned about, then I would highly recommend that you have a consult with an immigration attorney that handles deportation defense cases all day, every day. If you think that you may wind up in deportation proceedings or you are currently in deportation proceedings, my recommendation to you is that you speak with an attorney that handles deportation cases all day. If there is a criminal, like a local or federal crime that is sort of the reason why you are concerned about that, I would also recommend that you speak with a criminal attorney and have the criminal attorney and that immigration attorney work very closely together. That is super, super important. Let me see here. Someone's asking, with everything that's happening, are asylum work authorizations going to be limited? I don't know. My practice actually does not include asylum cases, so that's not something that I am, I can't even really guess. I don't know. It's not something that I do all day, every day. Do I recommend applying for a green card and work permit now or waiting? Listen, if you are eligible to receive a green card, then I would say apply now, right? I talk with people all day who have waited for one reason or another, right? And for some people, I think there's very valid reasons why they've waited. There are very valid legal and strategy reasons why they have waited. But overall, if you're waiting for things to get better, you're waiting for things to process quicker, you're going to be waiting forever. And that is just, that's just kind of unrealistic, right? So if you are eligible to receive, apply for it and receive and get a green card approved, then I would say, apply now. If you think there's some reason why you are not eligible, or you think there's some stumbling block in what, in your process or your application, schedule a consultation, talk with a lawyer, work with a lawyer, and, let them take a look at your situation and see if they think there's a reason for you not to apply now, right? But I'm telling everyone, at least find out what your options are right now. If you think there's a reason why you shouldn't be applying, have a conversation with an immigration attorney, and get their opinion after you have told them, all the facts and they've asked you all the questions, right? I ask a lot of questions in my consultations. Let's see here. Someone's asking, what's the definition of aiding and abetting? I have no idea. That requires me digging into the statutes and the law, and I have no idea. No idea. What else do we have here? How long for F2A to be approved? Off the top of my head, I don't know. F2A is a preference-based, family-based category. So you'd have to look at the visa bulletin and kind of guesstimate from there. Let's see here. Let's see here. What else do we have? Someone's asking about applying for your nieces. So nieces are not on the sort of list of people that you can sponsor. So you can't sponsor, yes, you can sponsor your family members for green cards, but you can't sponsor just any of your family members, right? So for instance, if you're a US citizen, you can sponsor your immediate relatives. So in the immediate relative category. So that is your fiance, your spouse, your dependent children, and your parents. And you can sponsor your parents in the immediate relative category if you're over 21. So there are various categories that we have. There are various what we call preference categories. But unfortunately, niece is not one of those categories. So unfortunately, your nieces would need to find a different or find another way to get their green cards. What else do we have here? Let's see what else we got here. Can they remove citizenship from someone who was born outside of the US but became a citizen? So Can someone have their citizenship revoked? Yes. There is a process to doing that, though. So that is not something that happens all day, every day. Having your citizenship, having the Immigration Service move to revoke your citizenship is generally done if they determine that there was fraud committed either in your citizenship application or in the applications that you submitted prior to your citizenship application, like your green card application, and maybe any other applications that you may have had before that. But certainly if you are a naturalized US citizen, the Immigration Service can, if they think that there was fraud committed, move to take away that citizenship from you. So yes, so that is something that can happen. Let's see what else we have here. Someone says they're stuck in Honduras. Now they're waiting to be rescheduled. I'm assuming you're waiting to have your green card interview rescheduled. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have, y'all. I don't see a lot of questions tonight. I feel like everyone's probably just watching television. All right, y'all. Let me do one more check on questions. Do I know if people can still safely renew? I'm not sure what you mean renew. I'm not sure what type of application you mean by renewing your application. I will say this in very general, broad terms. If you are looking to renew, let's say you're renewing a work authorization, like a non-immigrant, like an H or an L or something like that. Oh, a green card. Okay, well, hold on a second. If you're looking to renew like a work authorization, like a temporary work authorization, like an H or an L, the renewal process right now is the same as it was. You must show that you meet the requirements. When you're talking about renewing a green card, if you have a 10-year green card, I haven't seen any or heard any issues with renewing those recently. Although, quite honestly, we're only a couple days into a new White House administration. If you are talking about removing the conditions on your green card, that is not simply renewing your green card. And since I'm not quite sure which you're asking about, I will answer sort of both. If you are removing the conditions on your green card, again, you must, an application has to be filed, and we need to show, you would need to show that you meet all of the criteria. So again, it's all about submitting good documents that show that you meet the criteria for the particular benefit that you're requesting. So yeah, that is really all I have for you guys tonight. I promised myself I would not stay on here all night like I did the past couple nights. But the reason I got on tonight was to give you guys an update. So I will sort of open and close with the same update. And the update is this. One, if you're applying for a green card, the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer required, whether you are applying for your green card in the United States or outside of the United States. And the second thing I wanted to hop on and give you guys an update about was the Birthright Citizenship executive order was faced with challenges. Several lawsuits were filed. A federal court judge today issued a temporary restraining orders that will delay the start of that executive order. And that judge used the phrase blatantly unconstitutional. So the White House has said that they will, of course, appeal that decision. So we'll see what happens. I will keep you up to date on that. I will keep following it. And I will chat with y'all soon. Talk to y'all later. Bye.